Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, but this bloke is. That's right, that's me, up in the VK45.02B. It's not often I get a run on my own channel, which last week I sent one in, I got knocked back, believe it or not. But anyway, here we go. In this battle, I'm in the VK45.02B. I am on a mission, and it's heavy tank number 7 mission for the Object 260 to participate in a successful capture of a base or a reset, and obviously win and cause 4,000 hit points of damage. Secondary condition is kill 4 tanks. Let's see how I go as the Scorpion G picks up the kill on the Hawk 12 in the middle of the map. That tier 8 German light tank trying to get some early vision on our team. He didn't see me, and I've enjoyed this grind. I don't have this tank any longer. This was probably my second last game as I was grinding towards the new tank, the Panzer Kampfwagen 7 I think it's called. And of course the big, slow and clunky VK45.02B. Armour piercing rounds, 490 hit points of damage with its 128mm gun, 246 penetration, 311 penetration with APCR, which is standard. So I'm trying to, obviously I want to win the game, but I want to get 4K damage and spot, and as with most of the missions, I really don't pay attention to the missions until they present themselves, if that makes sense. Found a couple of heavy tanks, a Type 4, an IS-3 and a meal, and lucky enough to bounce the shot from the Type 4 heavy. But I do put 519 hit points of damage into him. Pretty confident that my gun will reload before his, but it doesn't matter because it bounced. Now this game, you might have seen at the start, it looked very, very jerky. Every now and then, you know what the internet's like, every now and then you get some pretty shit ping. I'm lucky enough to be on a good connection, and that's probably what helped that second shot into the Type 4 heavy land, up to 1,051 damage, 850 damage blocked the shot from the Emil and the Type 4, and that Emil's run away because he's on the reload. I do cop some damage from the Type 4, but I put another 490 hit points into the tier 9 Japanese heavy tank, and there's tanks everywhere around here. You can see that Emil getting nice and brave. Clearly he's reloaded. I doubt this shot hits, so I don't even bother shooting. Jake Panzer E100. I don't want to get damaged by him, but I'll put a nice shot into the top of his, what do you call that part? It's not a turret. It's I better call it a superstructure before. That sounds pretty groovy. I'll switch to APCR rounds because I know that Emil can be a tough nut to crack, especially when it's hulled down like it is. 2 3s the score on 2,000 damage. I've blocked a little bit, still got a long way to go. Looks like the Emil is firmly focusing on the FV. Now I want to try and distract him. Bounce the side of the turret because I was aiming like a noob. 2 4s the score, the FV215B 183. Looks like he was getting a little bit brave there, backs off, doesn't quite have the shot, and I see my opportunity here to get rid of this big bad boy. Only 22 hit points, but it's a tier 10 gun out of the game, so I pull back, waiting for the reload. Still on APCR rounds, probably don't need it with the IS-3, but like I said earlier, that Emil can be a tough nut to crack. If this IS-3 is going to get brave, I'm going to make him pay for it. I'll cop a shot from in trouble and pick up my second kill, getting rid of the tier 8 Russian heavy tank. Looks like that Emil's backing off, but he is firing. That's 1 shot now. I'm watching him shoot. That's 2 shots from the Emil. I'll put a shot into the side of the tier 9 auto-loading Swedish heavy tank. Now I reckon that's his 4th shot. I reckon he's on the reload now, so I think stuff it. I might as well go for this. 6 5's the score. I'm on 2 kills. 2,816 damage. Auto aim, put a shot right into the backside of the Emil 2. Bring him a damage count up to 3,000. 370 hit points, and am I going to be lucky enough to get the kill? Just gets killed as I reload. 3,370 hit points of damage, and we've just about cleaned everything up, and it's about this stage I'm thinking, well, that Type 4 is only going to be rolling very, very slowly towards the enemy base. I need to do 4,000 damage before I cap this one out, and I think if I can get 2 more shots off, and there's 3 tanks that were last spotted near the enemy base, the SDRV 103-0, which is the Tier 9 Swedish tank destroyer. The UDES, who's boosting like a bitch right up the top there, and of course the Batchat 15558 aimed towards the Stridsvagen, and another 466 hit points of damage before I block his return shot. Still got 1138 hit points of health up my sleeve. I don't want to throw it away, but I can afford to get reasonably brave. You can see the gameplay getting a little bit clunky again, and just every now and then it gets a little bit shit. You can see that Type 4 Heavy, who was on pretty high health not so long ago, obviously copped a lot of damage from somebody not so long ago. Looking at the STRV S1, if this can land, this will be an absolute miracle. It does, and there's my 4,000 damage, 4,294 hit points of damage. Block 1,240. Now, of course, secondary condition is 4 kills. I'm not sure if I get that in this one. The STRV S1 and the Stridsvagen both on one-shots. Looks like that Stridsvagen was stunned by artillery. Get a little bit of spotting damage. The UDES up there, he's doing the boost thing. You know, yeah, that's what people like to do. Hello, Stridsvagen. Is this going to be another kill? It's not. I get a damaged turret, but I don't think I'll bother to fix it. And you can see I've put in the chat I need to cap for my mission, so I'm letting my team know what I'm doing. You can see on the other side there's a Scorpion G, and I think there's 2 Scorpion Gs over there holding off 3 enemy tanks. Picked up my 3rd kill, getting rid of the Stridsvagen. Now secondary is 4 kills, and I don't think I even I really don't want any more kills, because the time it takes to cap this one out. You can see the Stridsvagen is going for some more damage down here in the southeast, which is probably the right thing to do. Batchat 15558 shoots me and resets a cap, and I'm down to 61 health. I'm starting to get a little bit worried here. Lucky enough to bounce the UDES, and at this point I think I'm not going to sit on this part of the cap. I'm going to move a little bit closer just to try and make it harder for that UDES to damage me. I don't want to kill anyone here. That UDES is down to a one-shot. He's down to about 100 health, I think. I'm on 3 kills, so secondary condition is 4 kills. But at this stage I'm thinking, no, I've been on this mission for a while, I wouldn't mind knocking it on the head. You can see down here in the southeast the Stridsvagen 103-0 and the Scorpion going for the Batchat 15558. Put another message into cap. Please help me cap for the mission. And it's up to them. I don't hold it against them if they don't, but it looks like the OHO is coming to help me cap out. Artillery just fired and missed the UDES by the sounds of it. UDES last spotted up here in the mountains. You can see the top central part of the screen. I'm aiming that way, but I really don't want to kill him. I'm hoping he doesn't poke here. I'm hoping that UDES is thinking, well, I've lost this game. There's no way I can win this game. He's only on about 100 health, so he's running away, and I'm just hoping that the team let me cap this one out and try and get this heavy tank number 7 mission. You can see Artie shoots again and misses. I say thanks to the OHO, because the OHO came to roll onto the cap with me, and in the end we cap it out. And I successfully get the mission done before the UDES gets lit up on that little boost position. As we have a look at the post-game battle results, not only did I complete the mission, I also picked up an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, which is pretty rare for this noob. A Hand of God for surviving and winning the battle from getting damage from at least 4 different enemy tanks. The Spotter Medal, I didn't even realise I was getting assisted damage in that game. Bruiser Jewelers, 5 for effect and shell proof with all that block damage. The Spartan Medal for surviving a ricochet when I was on such low health. The Steel Wall, high caliber, and of course the Invader Medal for picking up the cap. Only got 3 kills, but 4,329 hit points of damage, 1296 base experience, 16 shots fired, 13 hit, 11 went through, 2,800 damage blocked by armor, 1311 assisted damage, and I made a little bit of coin, even though I was firing APCR rounds at one stage when I was up against those heavy tanks in the middle of the game. Not only an ace tanker for stewiejp, but also one of those difficult to get to missions for the Object 260 heavy tank mission number 6, as we move on to the second game of this double shot of German heavy tank action. This is my old mate Rantic from Calm Clan, and Rantic is in one of the popular tier 10 heavy tanks, the Mouse. Interested to see if the Mouse is as popular in tier 10 clan wars after the next patch, patch 920, because I believe it's getting a bit of a nerf. I'm not sure if it will be as good as it currently is. Look, currently it's got, obviously it's got a hell of a lot of armor. Takes a lot to kill it with 3,200 hit points of health, but also it's got pretty good damage per minute as well, I believe. In this game on Ruinberg, Rantic from Calm Clan is top tier. Is it a tier 10 game? Only 3 tier 10 tanks on each side, and he'll be thinking, you'll beauty. A lot of those enemy tanks are going to struggle to penetrate the heavily armoured mouse, and that's why he's got standard rounds loaded. 490 damage, 246 penetration, 311 penetration if he needs it with the APCR rounds. As he moves into the town with the other heavy tanks, WZ1111-4, the FV215B, who on the day I'm recording this, it's the last day of that tier 10 sale. And of course a couple of TDs. That Ferdinand, I hope he survives out there. There's Rantic in the super heavy German heavy tank. The mouse slowly rolls into where all the action generally happens. Now he's going to be a little bit hesitant to go around this corner because this is where Artie's going to be aiming. He does get spotted, and you can see the SDR VS1. That should be easy money. Bounces 390, puts 475 damage into the premium Swedish tier 8 tank destroyer. Looks like Artie had a bit of a swing at the SDRV as well. He's looking around. Will he get this shot? No, I wouldn't even take that one. Down by one tank, the artillery has been killed by the enemy artillery, so clearly Artie looking at counter artery, looking at the map for shell traces. His track seek the shot from the shell from the Mausken, the tier 9 German heavy, the one that leads to the mouse. That wasn't a bad grind either when I was going through that one. Bounces 700 damage from the M53, M55, but his crew does get stunned, which is part of the new artillery mechanic. He's looking towards... He's looking for the FOC, but he doesn't get a shot in the FOC. Doesn't quite aim properly on the Mausken and gets the bottom of the gun and just bounces. Gets tracked and stunned again from the M43 this time. 2 artilleries on the enemy side. That should go through. It does for 495 hit points onto the tier 9 Mausken, but he cops a return shot as well. He's got his tank pretty well angled. But we know artillery can still keep him stunned there, so we need to be a little bit careful. Let's see what he does. Mausken just teasing him with that well. I wouldn't say it's well angled, but it's angled enough at that angle. Now he's just spotted enemy Artie, which is down to 9 health. So somebody's clearly hit him. Puts another nice shot into the tier 9 German heavy tank, the Mausken. He's got to pull back now because there's some other tanks coming down on this angle, including the enemy mouse, which he just shoots for 485 hit points. Kicking back here, thinks he's reasonably safe from artillery. You can see that that mouse just blew the head off the Carnarvon. So Rantic puts a shell into his turret just to try and make him pay. And it looks like they're all ignoring Rantic in the mouse. So Rantic on APCR rounds puts another shot into the mouse, takes him down to 473 hit points. His team's in a bit of trouble here. They're down 1-3. His track seat the shot of the return shot from the enemy mouse, and he picks up his first kill. Trying to even it up 2-3. You can see the T-34 aiming Rantic's way, but he bounces it, and he knows his reload's gonna beat the premium tank, but he bounces the hull. Well, the looks of that shot as he kicks back and waits for the reload. Bounces the T-34 again, waits to aim into a nice position to put some more damage into the tier 8 American premium heavy tank, and he's sort of got him out in the open here as he bounces another shot before putting another shell into that T-34. Takes him down to 503 hit points. He's already done 4,674 hit points of damage. He's blocked over 2.5, and he's just getting warmed up. Looking down towards the M103 now, bounces the T-34 from the side. Doesn't pen the M103, but looks like he might have him tracked. He's still on 1448 hit points, so he's got more hit points than either of those two tier 9s. Just looking for where to put some damage into the M103. Takes him down to 383 hit points. Angling well again. The Mausken aiming past Rantic in his mouse, and killing one of the other enemy tanks, the VK45.02. 7-6 is the score. Artillery's just done his job and stunned those two heavy tanks, the M103 and the Tier 9 Mauser, and that one looks pretty good. So he says, I'll take that kill. 5,544 damage done for his 2 kills, 3,320 damage blocked, and that should take the Tier 9 Mauser down to just about a one-shot, but now he's surrounded. He's got the T-34 behind him. The T-34's just put a shot into the back of the mouse. He picks up the kill on the Mauskin, the Tier 9 mouse, cops another shot from the T-34, bounces the other T-34's shell, pulls back, looks for a nice place to shoot him, says thank you very much, I'll take 4 kills. Still on 677 hit points of damage, so he can afford a shot from that T-34 if he has to. But he'd rather wait till his gun's loaded before he goes forward. The T-34 just tracks him. He can't fix his tracks because he's still got 17 seconds left on his repair kit. Moves forward. He should still get around this corner before the T-34 loads. He does. Picks up his 5th kill of the game. There's that M443, the Tier 8 American artillery. Decides not to go after the artillery. There's 2 arties left, both spotted down here. Decides to go for the FOC instead. FOC is aiming his way, so he pulls back a bit, puts a shot in, takes him down to 422. Somebody else hits him down to 145. Ranty could love a top gun out of this. Will he beat the reload? He won't. Somebody else kills him. The Carnarvon picks up the kill. Rantic is on 5 kills, only 1 enemy tank left. He'd love to turn this one into a top gun. His crew's stunned for a little bit. He's done over 7,500 hit points of damage. He's blocked nearly 5k, and right now he's thinking, I can send this one into Stewie. He'll surely make a video out of this one. The big Tier 10 German heavy tank, the Mouse. That artillery puts a big shell into the Stritzwagen 103B before getting killed by him. And in the end, it's a good win. 15-9 on Ruinberg. Unfortunate not to pick up an ace tanker or a top gun, but he certainly did his job in that replay. It's a first-class mastery badge. The Hand of God for surviving and winning the battle, having received damage from at least 4 different tanks. A duelist fighter, 5 for effect and shell-proof. The steel wall for all those block shots, and of course the high caliber. 7,552 hit points of damage for his 5 kills for Rantic from Calm Clam. 1267 base experience. Not quite enough for an ace, but have a look at the other scores. Nobody else came anywhere near Rantic and the mighty Mouse on Ruinberg. He fired 23 shots, 22 hits, 17 did damage. He only bounced 5 shots on those enemy tanks, but what a game. Nearly 5,000 block damage, nearly 900 assisted damage. He made some coins even though he was using some APCR, but he certainly did his job in that battle on Ruinberg, and you can see his description, 16,000 WN8 for that battle. So there you go. 2 big German heavy tanks featuring me and my old mate Rantic from Calm Clan. An ace tanker for me and a mission done, and I'm getting pretty close to that Object 260. Not many more missions to go, but thank you very much for the replay, Rantic. Thank you, Stewie, for featuring me on your channel. Take care, everyone, and see you all next time.